find a very interesting thing happens to Yaakov. It's a source of not even get a nasha, right? So the Malach touched him in the Kaf Yerechai, right? Talking Kaf Yerech Yaakov. Fighting, and he got the what's called sciatica nerve, I guess we call it, right? Isn't that right? That's the English, whatever. Get a nasha, whatever. Yeah, I also don't know. I think it's sciatica nerve. Get a nasha. So the Indian with the get a nasha is something very interesting because it seems a little bit certainly fascinating. He hit him, and we don't need it. It's like, what's the kesher? What does it seem to be? It's a very interesting thing. So first of all, we need to understand about the get a nasha that every day has a different losa say associated with it, and the losa say associated with Tisha B'av is this Kinanasha. That's the Zohar says. So it's a bit of a problem. One of the things about the Kinanasha, this Indian of the legs being able to stand, you stand. It says the Gemara Basra says it's a Kumash B'Ragleim. It says the Kumash B'Ragleim means their money. That a person, if they're able to be established through money. You need to have, you don't have money, you're in trouble. You need to have some kind of a way of living. It's not so pashut. Right? They bring the Chazal Mehechin Yereg Zechai. Like, where do you live? They say it means you have a way to have parnasa. That's not the pshat there, but actually, where do you live? You have to have a way to have parnasa. So the Indian is that this is the first, the simpler, like Peter Zer, this whole thing Yerech Yaakov means Tomchei Oraisa are going to have a hard time finding Torah, giving Torah. And I'll tell the story of Zaychik told. Wild story, my goodness. He told the story of a person, this man was a multi-millionaire, and he wrote in his will that he wants to give his money to support Torah. So he wrote in his will, he had his lawyer write up a will. And he called Zaychik and he told him, I'm writing and I'm going to support Torah. I have you come for me to work. He said, why are you waiting? You have 7 million, 10 million. Keep some for yourself so you don't have problems. But there's no reason why do you need to have so much money? Give money now. You never know what will happen later. He's like, no, I can't give even one penny. But afterwards, all this stuff. His kids were set up, whatever, just give them whatever, this much money, huge amount of money still. Comes after the period of Zaychik gets a call, he comes in and he sees all these priests from seminaries, these priest schools, and they have their lawyers. He said, well, he said Torah is learning the Bible, so then why don't you give us? And he's like, I already saw, forget, there's nothing to talk about. He wasn't, you're not Zoich in your lifetime. It's not so simple. You'll be Zoich after your lifetime. It's not that you make the will, you think it's so simple. No, it's not so easy. It's not quite so simple. So it's not a simple thing. So being Tomach Torah, number one, is a very serious thing. But there's another thing that the commander brings. The commander brings an amazing thing about this. The commander in Netzach Chesed says like this. The commander says, he says the Sitra Achra holds a person back from being able to receive from tzaddikim. Can't receive from tzaddikim. You can't really connect in a way that's going to help you overcome the masa, make things practically happen. The minute a person is connected to tzaddikim, it's much easier to get it together. At the very least, he should be connected to people who are going in a good way. When you're connected to a community of people who are going in a good way, so that's a wonderful thing. Right? We have this thing, like many big debates as far as bring this idea of the fact that you can take a mikveh that's not kosher and you connect it to a kosher mikveh and now it's kosher. This idea of you get connected to a kosher good thing, good place, and you're good. You're good to go. So you want to have a connection to tzaddikim. So that's the Indian. So a person, they can't, first of all, again, it's the idea of the Tomchei Oraisa, you have this idea of being willing to defend the tzaddikim. It's a Meister of Chaim Oizer that he was once going into a shul, he used to go to the door, undisputed go to the door. And he once went into the shul and he got yelled at by his maskinim. They really yelled at him. They had their ideas of what needs to be, whatever. They didn't realize maybe, or they did realize that what their ideas, if their ideas happened that would come to fruition, it meant people go off the derech. They didn't know, that weren't clear, whatever. Or they were clear, they didn't care, whatever it is. So he got in their way, so he got yelled at. And he was with a whole bunch of people, and no one said anything. And after the people left, he said to his people, he said, if you were Hasidim, if my people were Hasidim, they would have fought back. They wouldn't have just let it stand, because it diminishes his ability to influence other people, and they're yelling him down and this. Well, who knows? Maybe he's wrong. Maybe this guy's so strong, right? The Gemara tells us that Azus is Malchus B'lo Taga. That a chutzpah is a way of getting kingship, dominion, without a real crown, without any right. Chutzpah, sometimes you can brazen your way through it, make it happen. Right? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Well, okay,
I'm
yes.
joking. I don't want
Right,
to
whatever it is, I don't want to go into politics. This is not the type of shir. I don't know anything. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about these things. All of these things are deep sodas. I don't understand them at all. I'm just going to stay very budget. Baruch Hashem, I live in Israel. I don't have the ability really to influence much politically in America, so I don't understand anything about American politics. Even Israeli politics, I don't really understand so well.
Even today.
Yeah, who knows? Who understands? The Briskerov said people say, you vote, you don't vote. He said, the people who say to vote, it's not such a mitzvah to vote like they think. And people say, don't vote, it's not such a very to vote like they think. Well, whatever. You can do, it could be, you need, whatever it is. So you have to get proportion. Whenever people are hacking about, do you vote? One people want me to vote to this one person doesn't want me to vote, and whatever, I don't know. I always say, of course, do you also vote? Every day we vote. You vote for life. Every day it says, choose life. He's like, no, I said, why are you saying on one Bechira? Who cares? The main thing is choose life. You do vote, you don't vote, whatever. The main thing is choose life. Go with the Torah, go with the Kedusha. That's what you need to do. Anyway, whatever it is. But that usually works pretty well. I tried. People, it's amazing. They get to this proselytization. They want you to vote or not vote, or I don't know, vote this or vote that. It's very complicated. Do my thing. It's very, very hard. I don't know. I guess I should. One day I'll get smart. I'll just say yes. I don't vote. Yes, I'll vote Gimel. Yes, I'll vote Shas. Yes, I'll vote Likud. Whatever. Yes, whatever you say, and then do whatever I need to do. But I don't know. It's very hard for me to just lie like that. It's difficult. I find it hard. Whatever. Anyway, whatever it is. Actually, so this ain is connected to tzaddikim, connected to holy things. It's very hard. And if a person connects, he's not really connected. He doesn't really connect to his whole heart. It doesn't really happen. And it's not a Pashta thing. You see people who are connected to greater people, and they get tremendous matanas. You get tremendous gift, tremendous things. And it's hard to do. It's not easy to do, to really, really connect. He said that is what Mitzvah Drachma wanted. He wanted to grab hold of this inyan and not let anyone get anywhere. It's very, 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 very super duper difficult. And that's really what it comes down to, because everyone can make a mistake. And it's easy. The Gemara says that as long as Shlomo Melech, his Rebbe, was alive, he didn't fall. He didn't make the mistake. He made a misheshbon. Marrying this one and marrying that one. He was trying to Mashiach, but the way he did it was not the proper way. He only have 18 wives, only, right? Even for Melech, he likes Shlomo Melech, and he thought he was an exception. For the reason he was an exception, and that Avodah was very, very, very dangerous, and it caused losses. It caused a split in the Malchus. It wasn't good. What he did, he tried to make a tikkun, but it didn't work out. And his Rebbe, as long as the Rebbe was around, he knew, listen, this is not what you need to do. So first of all, a person who's a Rebbe or someone else, at least, the person's able to help you. So there's another place the Gemara says that even, what does he say, even a klutz? Even some fumbler, bumbler, like Shlomazel, whatever, he said if he has 10 Yidden who have a shaykhs and they believe in him, he also has a koyach min hashamayim to do things. So first of all, you have a shaykhs, someone who's, whatever he's doing, the Muz Chacham also helps a lot. Even if he's not holding by anything. And Kol Sheked, if he is holding by something. So there's tremendous koyach. So the person's a koyach. So it's very kedai to try to connect whatever you can and get to what you can get to, whatever you can get, whatever you can gain from whatever you can gain. That's an important thing. Super important. And while we're on the topic of Gid Nusha, I have to tell the Pesach Tshuva about Gid Nusha there says that Rebbeinu Neibshitz Kresu Plesi. I think it's Rebbeinu Neibshitz. I think it's Rebbeinu Neibshitz, as far as I remember. So actually, the Kresu Plesi writes that he said that there was someone coming around all over Europe who was a big expert in animal anatomy, and he said the Gid Nusha is actually a certain other thing, and we're getting rid of what we think is the Raisa for sure is not the Raisa, and he had no idea what it was. I don't know if we were getting rid of it B'diavad, we thought it was Dormana, and we get rid of a lot more, whatever. Well, we weren't getting rid of it. He had a whole thing that Clash will just we're way off on this, they can prove it, whatever. Except this thing that he found didn't exist by female animals. So Rishon Neibshitz writes there, so Krishna says, and I told him, It says in this smag, I guess, whatever the Sefer, what exactly says, right? The smag or the Sefer Mitzvah, whatever he wrote there, the step is Rosh Tevis, the step is abbreviation book, that this mitzvah is relevant to also Zharim and the Kevis. So you see, he's wrong. Says clearly. Also male and also female, presumably animals, right? Apparently, right? But the Pesach brings from various sources, and they say, wait a minute. The Smag only says that both men and women have to be careful from Gidanashi. He never talks about which animals. So that's a little bit strange. And he writes that he brings from one of the Shutim. He says, you see from here that the Reshet, Hatos, Prusa, Lefnei, Kol, Lechot, even the greatest person, the net of making a mistake and stumbling is always open for everyone. That's what it says. And the point I'm trying to make with the story, which in another minute we'll see, actually he didn't make a mistake, but the point I'm trying to make with the story is that the Yesod is true. And Rei Nachman said the same thing. He said even a tzaddik can make a mistake. People think that a tzaddik made a mistake, he's not a tzaddik. He's like, no, I say the tzaddik stays a tzaddik because he's a righteous man, and the mistake stays a mistake. It doesn't become kosher just because he said it. Could be he's wrong. Could be he's off, and it happens. It's not, no one's infallible. So, you think this. Chazon Ish said he hid the Holocaust from me. With, what did he say? Naftali Trump or Baruch Bear, maybe Ruchanan. I don't remember. There were a few big people lived for Shagoyim. He said their Torah was protecting Europe, but nothing could happen. He said they died within a very short period of each other. And then there was absolute protection. He said, I didn't see. If I had seen, we could have made monte. But you just didn't see. It was very, very hidden, this whole thing. So let's think we can make mistakes. Just go stay in Europe. Don't go to America. Maybe that's the only way to live. Maybe he could have made it in America. Whatever. Who knows? Who knows what these things mean? But actually, yeah, that's this idea. Anyone can make a mistake, and that's the point. So that's part of why it's kedai to be in touch with someone who's holding more in a different kind of place, at least a friend, and if possible, someone who's really good at topic and holding whatever. He's holding because, first of all, he's not in your place. You have your negias. It's hard for you. It's hard for us to overcome our negias. So it's not like a person or whatever he is. At least he's not in my child. That's no. He doesn't care if he's the pizza or not. So you can tell me don't eat it. Do eat it. No problem. There's no skin off his nose. But for me, it's a little hard. I mean, I have to eat that pizza. I'll die without it. Come on, Pikuch Nefesh is doch everything. We know this. It's like, well, maybe you won't really actually die, whatever. It's like, oh, so anybody else like, what are you? That's ridiculous. That's crazy cheshon. We go these crazy cheshbonos. I mean, afterwards we see, like, oh man, that was ridiculous. Anyone else could tell us that's way off. And then Chosh again, Tzaddikim was really holding that Siyata Dishmaya. He's thinking only about the benefit of another person and trying to help them, and that's a phenomenal thing. It's a tremendous thing. And we have to overcome this thinking of the Yerech Yaakov. Now, in general, there's a sefer, I think it could just have air. I don't remember, one of the later Achronim, he did some serious, pretty close, not so long ago, he did some serious research, and he found that, in the original Kresu Places, second printing, there were some corrections from the author himself. One of those corrections was, instead of Snag, it should say Samachay Nun, which is Sefer Hanika. It's by a Rishon who wrote only on the mitzvah of removing forbidden fats and getting whatever it is, and he writes there in that book, which he found this little bit obscure book, but it's a book on this subject. It's his subject, and he writes there that Gidon Usher is relevant both in male and female animals. So the rest of it's actually the case, but did not happen to make a mistake. It was just a little bit of a mistake in the Rosh Hashanah. People got very excited, but it wasn't really. It's a good point that wasn't the Makor, but he also helped himself in the second printing, and then they didn't put it in for whatever reasons it wasn't put in. But actually, yeah, we have to be zocher, be zocher to all the good things, to be zocher to realize and to understand that there are tzaddikim in this world, and like the Baal Shem Tov said, the biggest tikkun is first of all, hafrasha, havdalah, havtaka. Right? Actually, you have to separate. The first thing is separate, and then you can sweeten things. You have to separate, and you can learn in a simple way, simple level, that you separate yourself from. You're able to pick yourself out of your negias and your whatever by asking someone. That's part of why learning poskim is so important. You learn poskim. It's super important because it clarifies the person what to do, what time to kish on the whatever situation. And it's much easier. Rishon Salato actually says that a Rav, he said, who knows, he doesn't know Musar, who knows if his psak, who knows what psak he's going to give. Today it's a little easier for us, I think, because today we have all these Achronim who go through things, every single specific mamish, all the details, There's a certain leeway you have, but then that's it. That's it. You can't really. You're not going to say, "Oh, the rabbi will," like the speaking of Nika, the famous story with the butcher, right? The old the story. The guy comes into the room. He's like, "Is this tray for kosher? Tray for Gishman Raya?" He's looking at he's like, "Well, according to Rav, it's okay," but the guy grabs it and runs out. He's like, "What is it with this guy?" He runs out. Wait, but every other post guy says, "He's a rabbi. I wish I'll have a son like the rabbi." It's like, it doesn't help. You can't. That's not going to happen today. We know that's not halacha. You have certain guidelines and limits. You can't just like do whatever, especially if you're a makabel for someone. Know who to go with, what your way of psak. If you have an understanding of what's going on, so we have a little easier time because the people who didn't have the gears, we have a lot written down. So you can't just like go echo this and say, "Well, this is all mutter." You're like, this is not at all. None of this is mutter. Like, this is completely, utterly preposterous and ridiculous. And where do you get this from? And you're out of your mind. So we have, thank God, a lot of wonderful ultras for our situation. Hashem shall be zochet to the MS and to klip to tzaddikim and to learn how to get out of our constraint, learn how to be limited by halacha, which is not a limit. There's a limit of halacha which helps the person transcend and go to the highest places. Really go to the highest places because he's immersed in the Ratzon Hashem, and that's come on. I want to find the Ratzon Hashem every situation, every matzah. What is the Ratzon Hashem? And we should be zocha to the emes. And if we make a mistake, to admit the mistake and go forward, and not to fall into all these crazy svaras. These crazy svaras. A person when he has a negia, he literally, it's like crazy. It's so hard to overcome. And so I was taking the author from the author of Kelm, I guess. No, I think Ravolbi. Ravolbi says that Kelm knew one thing about negias. Negias is like this. Someone came to Ravolbi. He said, "Do I have a negia or not?" I'm not sure because of this. So Ravolbi's like, "Listen, Kelm, they had a rule. The rule was this: if you're not sure if you had negias, you for sure have negias. If you're sure you don't have negias, you might have negias. You might not have negias." So, there's a story even that Shimon Rav went to the Chazanish and he said, "I don't know, my Torah says this, my Torah returns this, my Torah says this, my Torah says this." Wait. I hear the whole exchange going on here, but how do you know which is Yitzhak Tov and which is Torah? It's not always quite so simple and quite so obvious. Right? Sometimes he's Yitzhak, he's Yitzhak Tov. Let's have by loving also. Loving the whole thing of loving is you whitewash it. She said, "Oh, it's all fine, it's all good, it's all dandy, do whatever you told." No, it's a mitzvah, it's the best thing. Maybe not. Hashem shall be zochet to overcome all of these things. Be zochet to emes, be zochet to be dovik tzadikim, and support Torah wherever we can, and mischazik.